Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Pete here from FigLife.com, and today I'm going to take another look at TC12, which I did, I think, a couple videos on TC12, like way back at the beginning of the season, and it's October 8th now, so we're approaching, we're kind of in the end season right now. I mean, there's still a lot of figs ripening, but there's just fig death and destruction everywhere. So not really, but it is getting kind of nasty growing environment here to some extent. But anyway, still getting some ripe figs, and in fact I got another ripe TC12 fig today, and this looks to be the most well-ripened TC12 fig that I've had to date. Just looking at it, I mean, I think it's definitely the biggest TC12 fig I've gotten. So I'm hopeful that this is going to have a better flavor than the ones I've grown previously, which I kind of felt weren't very well ripened here, and even to the extent that I thought maybe TC12 is not a good fig tree for this type of environment here. But this one looks pretty good. So let me try this TC12 fig that just ripened for me. All right, so here's the fig, and you can see it's got a pretty big split on the side of it there, but I don't think, it doesn't look like that's caused any rot or anything like that. And actually that was a factor in why I decided to go ahead and pick this fig. It does look ripe, but you know, I probably would have let this hang a little bit longer. But I saw this big split here, and so I felt, you know, given the weather situation here, with a big split like that, probably better just to go ahead and pick this fig and see what I've got on the inside. But this is a pretty big fig. Let me weigh this thing. 85 grams. That is a pretty hefty fig. And a little bit of an open eye. Of course, I had an organza bag on this. You know, I'm just having terrible time with SWD right now. What's happening is the murder hornets, the European hornets, I think they are here. They're quite large hornets actually, but they're here, and they bite into the figs, and then the fruit flies all get in the figs, and then the fruit flies multiply, and then I've got fruit flies everywhere, and I think that's kind of what's happening. And then the fruit flies get all over. They get in the eyes, and they make more fruit flies. So you know, I'm still religiously using the organza bags, and that's what protected this one. But if I hadn't been using that, this definitely would have been spoiled. But I think this is going to be good because I did use the organza bag. So let me go ahead and cut this thing up, and we'll see what the inside looks like. Okay, look at that. That looks really good, actually. This is probably the best looking TC12 that I've seen yet. And kind of an interesting inside here. It looks like it got a little twisted up on the inside. But it looks ripe, honestly. So I'm hopeful this will have a really nice taste. Let me try this. All right. Let me cut this up into quarters. I'm really hopeful for this one here. I think this is going to be my best TC12 of the season. Although that's not, honestly, that's not a super high bar because I've only had a couple figs to ripen, and they weren't super great. But this one actually looks really good. So let me try this. All right, yeah, that's good. Let me try another one. Yeah, so nice sweet flavor. Trying to think how to describe it. I don't know that berry is the right word to use. Let me try one more. Maybe like fruity sort of flavor, a little bit of fruitiness, but definitely some sweetness there. It's not perfectly ripened. I mean, you can see a little bit of the fig there that I wouldn't say it's spoiled, but it's getting close to being spoiled. Like if I'd left this on much longer, that part right there would be spoiled for sure. you know, the ripening conditions that I have right now are not the greatest. A lot of the figs that were sweeter in the season are not nearly as sweet now. I just don't have as much heat. A lot of my figs are shaded now instead of being in direct sunlight, so that's definitely affecting the quality of the taste of a lot of these figs. But you know, for this late in the season, given the conditions that I have, this is actually a pretty good tasting fig. So not bad by any means. I think given better growing conditions, this could be a good tasting fig. And that fig right there was probably the best TC12 I've gotten off my tree yet, in terms of the quality of the fig, you know, being a good sized fig, well ripened, all those sort of things. So I think you know, I think there's some promise in this variety, but it wasn't a star performer for me here in its first year here in Northern Virginia. That doesn't mean that it wouldn't do well given another year or two. A lot of times figs can significantly improve given a couple years, but I think you know, that is a tree that has some promise, TC12. And look forward to hearing more reports from other growers about this variety as more people start growing it. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit subscribe and check out my website, www.figlife.com. Thanks.